This, thought I just had it with me. 1 second. This is the most interesting and versatile piece of gear I own. Let's talk about it. So what I have here is a variable neutral density filter, or VND. This specific one is from Polar Pro. It's the Peter McKinnon Signature Edition 2s. I've had this one for almost a year now. So satisfying every time I open it up. Just that ASMR, listen to this. These Polar Pro ones, they're such nice quality. So the reason why I call these adjustable sunglasses for your camera is this. This one here is from 2 stops to 5, and I don't know if you can see there, but it's getting darker. And then back to light. So I'm adjusting it from 2 stops to 5. I hope that's catching on camera there. That's 5. Whoa. And that's 2. So adjust the amount of light that goes in. So with this, 2 stops being the lightest, 5 being the darkest. Let me bring it a little bit closer here for you. Let's see. Come on. There you go, that picked up. There we go. Now what this allows you to do is let less light into your photos and video. You might be wondering, why would you need something? Usually when you have more light in a photo or more light in a video, it comes out looking cleaner or better, and usually you want light, but sometimes you don't. There's very specific use cases for this. It's very versatile and I love using it. I guess the best way to show you is to take you outside and let's take this thing for a spin. I'll show you exactly how it works, where you would use it, why you would use it. Now, one of the first reasons, hold on, we got a lot of wind noise, a lot of stuff going in the background with all of these waves. Let's see if we can clear that up. Better. Now, one of the first reasons why you would need an ND filter, variable ND filter, is video. Specifically, see how I have all of this light? It's the middle of the day, I've got all this light coming in. My shooting settings currently, I'm shooting at 30 frames per second. Now, what you want to do when you're shooting at 30 frames per second is, the general rule is you want to double your shutter speed. So my shutter speed right now is at 1/60th of a second. But with those 2 settings, you get lots of light coming in. You've got to really reduce your aperture. And so I'm shooting at f14 right now outside. I've got a lot, well, not a lot, but I've got, I'm set properly on my settings, but everything around me is in focus. Those bluffs behind me are purely in focus. They're tack sharp, and the waves behind me are very tack sharp as well. So I want to reduce that. What if I want that cinematic, that bokeh blur? Well, that's where this comes in. So let me just get this on here. So now that that is on there, it's pretty bright, or pretty dark now. It's set to 2 stops and we lost some lighting with the sun there. But let's just bring down that aperture to f4. Just doing it all on the phone here, which is so cool. What am I at there? No, let's go. There we go. And now you've got a really nice background blur behind me. You can see the mountains, you can make them out, but I am in focus here, at least I hope. I am in focus here, and you've got all that background blur. Everything's nice, tack sharp over here, but all blurry right back there. Also, one other thing you guys should invest in, these are called step-up rings. My ND filter is set for an 82mm thread pitch, which is for my big wide lens, my 16-35 f2.8, but the thread for my 50mm and my 70-200 is smaller. So what these do is they are basically like adjusters. So you can go from the 82mm to, on the 50mm camera or 50mm lens that I have on there, it's a 72mm pitch. So you just put this onto your lens, then thread the ND filter onto your lens and you're good to go. All right, so another way that you can use variable ND filters, I mean, we're by a river, by a little stream over here, and the other way is you can get the silky water effect. Now, what you do is you boost your aperture way up to f16, f20, f25, and then boost your shutter speed all the way up to about 6 seconds, 8 seconds, something like that. And what they'll do is they'll give you the silky water effect just like this, or like this one, or like this one. And it's just a cool little effect I like doing. I know a lot of photographers like doing it, whether it's waterfalls, rivers, lakes. You can do it and it gives it like not a reflective look, but just sort of a nice, flat, sort of flowy look versus your typical photo. And I'll post the side-by-sides here as well so you can check them out. But that is another way. I love this effect. I try and do them at as many waterfalls as I can go to. It's one effect that I like doing, but you can't do it in the daytime without a variable ND filter. You can, but it won't look perfect just because your shutter speed won't be high enough. If you can probably pull it off on a cloudy day when something like this, but if it's bright sunny day, you're gonna need a variable ND filter because you won't be able to go past 0.5, 0.8 or 1 second without it being completely blown out, and you lose all of the detail that you're looking for. So you can put a variable ND filter on, go down to 4 or 5 stops, get up to 10-second shutter, get up to f16, f20, and yeah, you'll get your shots just like that. Okay, so we're back in the studio, guys. I wanted to film the rest of it outside, on location, weather not on my side. Anybody from Toronto knows you can't do much in the wintertime. The weather is either really bad or really good, mostly bad. And it was one of those days. Freezing rain, hands got cold, maybe got some frostbite, who knows. Not fun. I got the photos that I needed, at least some of them, and I'll post the examples up as I'm talking here. But the last effect, or one of the last effects I guess, that you can do with an ND filter is motion, showing motion in different ways. So what I did with these photos, it's very similar to the silky water effect. Silky water is also water in motion, but with these, what you're gonna see is vehicles in motion. So you see cars almost to the point that they're a blur, or they are a blur, and it's very similar settings. So you've got a very high shutter speed, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. I even took a few with 10 seconds, low ISO, high aperture, set the ND filter to 5. Now what you'll see with these photos here is everything is tack sharp again because your aperture is very high, but your shutter speed is also very high, showing vehicles in motion. And if you notice with the one that's at 10 seconds shutter speed, it looks like the cars are not there. And that's actually what I want to segue to, is you can use this for motion with people in high traffic areas. So say you're at a very touristy location, a very busy intersection. For my Toronto people, let's just say you're at Yonge Dundas, and you want to get a photo, but there's so many people. What you can do is you can do exactly this during the day, and if you have an ND filter, set that shutter speed to 10 seconds, drop your ISO, bring your aperture up just like you do with a silky water effect and with the cars in motion. And what that's going to do is when you take a photo and people are constantly moving, they're almost going to completely disappear. And then if you're in a spot that has a lot of people, it'll look like there's nobody there. That way you don't have to use Google's, AI features, or you don't have to take it into some sort of editing platform like Adobe, Photoshop, or anything like that to get rid of all the people. With a high shutter speed, you can get rid of all the people. So I'll post a few examples here. I didn't get a chance to take these photos myself, just because the weather didn't cooperate, and I haven't really taken too many photos like this, but it's definitely one to sort of put in your back pocket, put at the back of your head,
remember it, and then when you are somewhere like this, you go, hey man, I remember this from Shafi. He taught me how to do this high shutter speed in a touristy area or in a very high traffic, high people area. Take the photo, 10 seconds, aperture up, got your ND filter on, set it to the highest or the most darkest that I can go to, and then bam, you've got a photo that is perfect. You don't have any people in it, it's just what you're looking for. And because the shutter speed, or excuse me, the aperture is high, set to 16, 20, 22, whatever it may be, your photo is going to be tack sharp as well. Now, just like the silky water effect, I maybe forgot to mention, you do need a tripod for these types of photos. You do not want your camera moving at all, or it's just going to be a blurry mess. Also, with this filter, you might notice, this is just this one in particular, but it is slightly yellow tinted. I don't know if you can see that there. Slightly yellow slightly yellow tinted. There we go. Forgot how to speak there for a second. Slightly yellow tinted, and you may or may not like that, just your personal preference. I mean, for me, it doesn't really matter. I can just take it to Adobe Photoshop or Lightroom. Wow, I can take it straight into Lightroom and just bring that down on back to the blue side if I want to. So it all depends on the style you're looking for. It doesn't bother me. Some people might not like that though. It all depends on the look you're trying to get. This one in particular, I also don't notice any vignetting or any weird. It's very high quality, works really well. Now the one thing is, it is pricey. This one, I believe at the time, was $289.99 plus tax USD, so I'll put the conversion over here, but plus tax, plus import, duty fees, which were very expensive for this little piece of glass. I believe it was around $70 or $80. So for my Canadian dollars, it came out to a bit over $500 all in, which is very pricey. You can get very good variable ND filters at a better price for sure. I mean, but for this one, you're paying for the high quality glass, you're paying for the warranty and the guarantee and everything. These are the Polar Pro ones are extremely well built. So you are paying for that. So I just wanted to add that in there as well. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Did you guys find this video informative? Did you guys learn something new? For anybody that is a professional photographer, videographer, did I miss anything? Let me know. Let's have a conversation below in the comments. Hit my DMs, hit anything. Let's have a conversation. Tell me if I missed anything. If you guys have this, let me know what you think. Or if you don't have it, are you thinking of now purchasing it now that you've got more information on it? Let me know. Hit me up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.